So this has just been a boring trading day. I did add one trend line, and I should have added it already. It's going back just to Monday's. What I did was I traced a line from Monday's high to, I believe, to today's high. I believe that's what I did, and that's what that drew this line, I believe. Okay, so we talked about where we had small trend lines converge right here. So we didn't really get a pinch zone, but right now it's just funny because as this pinch zone opened up, so it's kind of reverse pinch. And it's pinch is just the word I use. I don't know what other people, there's probably words for this, but as this opens up, you know, these bottom tails are following that trend line, so the trend line's valid. And then obviously this one looks good too. That pinch I talked about earlier is right here. So I calculated it moved like $5 in 4 hours, and there's still about 45 cents left in this zone. So there'll be, if these candles start to fall back into this pinch, and then also we also have a pinch that's going to happen later. And why I say this is because when these things end up in a pinch, in my experience, they usually bust down, you know, to the downside. You know, unless there's a whole bunch of support, which in this case, you really don't. See, what happens is when these pinches converge, you lose the support. So, you know, we're eliminating support right here. We have some shallow ascending trend lines here. So we're going to see if what happens, what I think is going to happen is this channel is going to close itself out, and that's why I call it a pinch. And so it's going to have to find you know, different support. Right now you have moving averages that are well below where we're trading at, and then, you know, what happens is if you spill, you know, too quickly down here, you know, it just kind of snowballs. So I think, you know, what's going to happen is in about the next 45 minutes, as these two lines converge, if SPY doesn't stay above it, if it gets back in here, it basically just shuts off support for that area. And we're going to have to go down to these moving averages and, you know, maybe these trend lines, you know, in combination. And then that'll kind of hold us. Otherwise, you know, we're going right back down to the overnight lows, I would say. All right, good luck.